What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to analyze the offensive line of the San Francisco 49ers. To me, this unit is one of the best units in the NFL, and they're continuing to prove it. They did have some losing reps yesterday, but do keep in mind, over 80 snaps that this offense played. So, of course, you're going to get a couple of losing reps, but generally speaking, they had a very clean game, and I'm very excited to get into it. Let's jump right into the tape. Check this play out. You got a counter to the left. Watch Spencer Burford get out there. And watch him absolutely crush the defensive end on this one. This is a first-round pick, a top 10 pick in Kayvon Thibodeaux. And Spencer Burford gets out there and makes fantastic contact. And from there, he's going to drive those feet and put Kayvon Thibodeaux into the ground. And the running back picks up 10 yards. To me, it's just a really, really nice rep. A great job by the fullback as well. You see the guard make contact first. The fullback's going to lead up, make contact with the inside linebacker. You see the running back basically kick it right through there, right between those two guys, and he picks up 10 yards. It's a great job right there. Let's get into the next rep. Check this next rep out. You got a wide zone towards the right. Great block here by the offensive lineman. Right guard, right tackle. Really, really nice job. This is part of what it takes to be a great offensive line. On this play right here, it's just beautifully blocked by the right guard. If you guys watch Burford on this one, watch the reach block on the 5 technique defensive tackle. This is a very difficult thing to do. Not only does he get to this guy, but you can see him flip the hips over to the right this way. And he's really trying to keep this guy from being able to get over the top. McKivitz is able to get up to the second level. You got a double team here. If Brando's able to make his reach block on this linebacker, and he's not going to be able to, ultimately the linebacker's going to get over the top and make the play. But had that been blocked by Brando, and again, it's a hard block, and we'll analyze that in just a second. Had he been able to get there, Christian McCaffrey's running freely, and there's probably just one guy that can really make the tackle, and if McCaffrey makes a miss, this plays a touchdown, right? So to me, this is a really, really nice shot, but of course, as you guys will see, the center is not going to be able to get to his block, and I don't blame the center on this one. This is a very difficult block, because what the center has to do is he has to take that nose, and he has to pass this nose off to Aaron Banks, the left guard, and that's a hard thing to do. The center has to stick with this guy as long as possible to allow the left guard to kind of get out in front of it. And the center now has to climb up to that second level, and that's a hard thing to do, especially when there's guys that kind of get into the way, as you guys see there. And ultimately, that linebacker gets in there and makes a play. It's still a gain of about 6 yards, so still a really, really nice job. But again, it really starts with the right side of the offensive line. Right guard does a great job reaching on the D tackle. Right tackle gets up here. There's a receiver that kind of makes contact with the same guy as well. But really just a nice job if you guys ask me. Let's go ahead and get to the next rep. So a big part of an offensive lineman being good is communication. You guys see this play here. You see all the communication. You see on the defensive side, the Giants are going to try to trick the offensive line. They're going to bring guys, put them in the A gaps, the B gaps, the C gaps. And they're going to really try to confuse the 49ers offensive line. The Niners do a great job picking this up. Absolutely beautiful job by all the guys up front. Ultimately, you got 5 guys twisting and running this game. And within this play, they do a really, really nice job. First and foremost, I got to give credit to Trent Williams because Trent Williams is an absolute superstar. And you can see it. You got 2 guys slanting hard towards the inside. You got the inside linebacker that's going to come all the way around. And Trent Williams is ultimately going to be responsible for that inside linebacker. And as Trent Williams passes off the defensive end to Aaron Banks, he's going to come back around to pick up this inside linebacker. Watch him snatch this inside linebacker downwards. Bam. And he gets the guy right into the ground. And if you guys missed it, let me go ahead and just back this up. Trent Williams is going to attack the hands. With his hands, he's going to basically hit that linebacker's hands. He's going to snatch them downwards right there. And basically, when you snatch a guy, the guy's going to fall ultimately into the ground. And this is part of what makes Trent Williams such a great football player. It's that advanced technique to understand how to properly snatch a guy's hands, remove that leverage, and within this play, the quarterback's able to complete the pass. Even from Banks over to the right tackle, they're going to do a great job passing off the stunt. McCaffrey's going to get in and really pick up the defensive end here, Kayvon Thibodeaux at the end of it. Just a really, really nice job by the entire guys up front. Just like that, you pick up 25 yards on 3rd and 8. Let's get into the next rep. Alrighty guys, check this play out. I actually saw this play trending on Twitter, and I saw that some people were saying that the right tackle makes the mistake here, and ultimately the defensive tackle makes the play. and it's because of Colton McKivitz. Now, I don't think this one's on McKivitz. If you guys watch the center and the right guard, they're basically going to end up blocking the same guy, right? Both of these guys are going to end up blocking the same guy, and you can see that the defensive tackle, their number 99, is going to go free. To me, considering how the center over to the tight end block this, and what happens is you can see the left guard's going to cover here, the center is going to take the guy here, the right guard should technically get over to this defensive tackle, because McKivitz is actually going to block the defensive end off the right of your screen. And the tight end's going to go to the second level and either pick off the backside corner or the safety. But to me, based off the way this is blocked from the left guard, who blocks down, the center who blocks down, the right guard should be covering the D tackle here, because the right tackle is going to ultimately end up on the defensive end, as you guys can see there. So again, I think the guy that actually messes up is the right guard. I think Burford's one that messes up within this play. Not a big deal. Right? He's still in his second year, and I think these are the little things that he still has to improve on. And honestly, I think this is the only thing he really needs to improve on, because the guy had a lot of really, really dominant blocks, and we're going to get into some of those as we kind of continue this film breakdown. Just wanted to point this one out because it is trending on Twitter. Let's go ahead and get into the next rep. Check this one out. You got a 3rd and 15. You're going to get a 30-yard completion. This is a quick screen towards the left. This is just how it's done, man. One of the things that the San Francisco 49ers do really well is run these screen passes. They block it perfectly. And you can see left tackle, left guard, center, everybody just processes this perfectly. Even some of the receivers that were kind of out in front do a great job. Now let's analyze this play. So first and foremost, I want you guys to watch the left tackle, because the left tackle is actually going to get caught on 53. And he's going to make a really smart decision right away. He's going to end up turning to 53 because he recognizes that 53's already realized this is a screen pass, and he's going to just straight up block 53. So right away, Trent Williams is making the smart play, because alternatively, he could have just continued to run downfield and possibly pick one of these guys off. But that could have meant that the backside defensive end could have ultimately blown the play up. So that's a great job by Trent Williams to take it a step further back. Watch the left guard Aaron Banks on this one. He's going to get a 2-for-1 on this one, and ultimately, he's the reason why this first down happens. Not only does he make contact with the first guy, but he's going to ultimately block 2 guys. And that's on the safety for kind of going in there. Banks does a great job making sure to block both of those 2 guys. And Deebo Samuel with the vision is able to see it. He's able to recognize it. And just like that, on 3rd and 15, you're going to pick up 30 yards. Just a beautiful, beautiful job if you guys ask me. Let's get into the next rep. Check this one out. You got another screen. This time it's going to be to the right of the formation. And once again, this is how you block these plays. And you can see on this one, Christian McCaffrey is going to pick up 8 yards, but you see some really, really, really nice blocks. If you guys watch the right guard, Spencer Burford, this is part of what makes this guy such a really good offensive lineman. He has that physicality, that power to clean people up and just put them on their ass. I mean, it does not get better than this one, man. Look at Burford get downfield, recognize the defensive tackle, and bam, sends him flying. I mean, look at that. That's just a beautiful job right there by Spencer Burford. And even the blocks downfield from the center, right tackle, tight end, they all do a great job just getting out in space, right? They all do a great job getting downfield. McKivitz, the tight end, Samuel does a pretty nice job. And ultimately, you pick up 8 yards on this one. So that's just a great job. Let's get into the next rep. Check this next run out. You're going to run counter to the left again. And it's just blocked really, really nicely by everybody. Not just the offensive lineman, but you look at Jauan Jennings here. Watch Colton McKivitz pass that defensive end off to him. And look at him get himself in position. Look at this. McKivitz gets the right hand on the D end. Jennings gets to the inside. And Jennings is sealing off the backside defensive end while McKivitz is picking off the backside cornerback. And to me, that's just a great job by those 2 guys because that lets McCaffrey get upfield, right? So that's a great job right there by McKivitz and Jennings. That doesn't even include the right guard who's pulling towards the left of this play, making contact with Kayvon Thibodeaux. Beautiful job making contact with him. You see the other wide receiver who's basically going to position himself to the inside, and you'll see that off the left side of the screen here. Number 84, Chris Conley is getting to the inside right there of this defender. You can see it here. You can see it here. You can see the double team by Trent Williams and Aaron Banks, although Banks doesn't miss the linebacker, but the linebacker runs himself out of the play. But you see that lane really develop for McCaffrey. This is a really, really nicely executed play by everybody on the offense. The 49ers are in an empty formation, and they got 5 offensive linemen. The Giants are going to put 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. So there's just not enough guys to block all 6 of those guys for the 49ers. So the quarterback's going to have to throw this ball hot. He's going to have to get it out there as soon as he can. And within this, you have a free guy coming, and Purdy's going to have to let this one go. In fact, he throws this pass before the wide receiver even fully hits his break, is even turning his head. The ball's out. And to me, this is just great anticipation, because you guys see it that it gets thrown towards the left side of the end zone there, and the wide receiver ends up catching it. This was 3rd and 5. And this is what certain NFL teams are going to do, right? They're going to bring guys more than you can block, especially if you're a young quarterback. The offensive linemen are going to take the most inside threat first. So the defensive end here is basically unblocked. The quarterback has to get the ball out. And he does. That's a beautiful job. If you guys ask me about the quarterback, let's get into the next rep. Check this one out. You're going to get a wide zone towards the right. And this one's going to pop here for 18 yards. And this is just blocked perfectly by the offensive lineman. Once again, the offensive linemen are crushing it. If you guys watch the right guard, I think the right guard does a really, really nice job. Our right guard's going to reach. He's going to process this, that the guy's not going to be able to make the play based off his depth. And from there, he's going to just go up to the inside linebacker. And he's going to position himself to the right side of that inside linebacker. One of the big things of Burford last season was he wasn't as good with the body positioning and angles on these run blocks, but now he gets it. He knows exactly how to place himself in the proper position for the running back to ultimately be able to hit to the outside of him. Colton McKivitz. We've already known that this guy's a great run blocker. We saw it on tape last year. In fact, we broke it down during the offseason, right? When we realized that this guy's going to be the starting right tackle. And in that video, we saw that this guy's a great run blocker. And you once again see it on this play. He's going to reach to the furthest guy to the outside, and he's going to pick him off. And he's going to seal him off for the running back to pick up the 18 yards on this one. If you guys watch the left tackle, left guard, they're going to do a great job with the double team here. And Aaron Banks is going to get released, and he's going to pick off the backside linebacker. Sometimes these wide runs to the outside are made by the backside linebacker, because oftentimes they're the guys that are able to kind of get over the top. But in this one, that's not going to happen because the left tackle, left guard are going to do a great job. As you guys are going to see, left guard passes off the D tackle to Trent Williams. He gets to the inside there. Left guard gets up to the inside linebacker, and he picks him off as well. So the cutback lane option is here as well, right? As you guys can see, because of this. And again, this is elite level processing. This is elite level communication with one another, processing, passing off. This is part of what makes this offensive line one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Now, there were a couple of sacks that Brock Purdy took. Here's one of them. I think this was the only true sack that really counts against the offensive line. I think the other ones were more so like cleanup sacks and more so on the quarterback. But on this one, Burford's going to end up losing. Now, this defensive lineman's a great pass rusher, right? Leonard Williams is one of those guys. He knows how to win when it comes to pass rush. And in this one, he just ends up beating Spencer Burford. He's going to do a great job with the hands. Burford's going to try to throw the punch, right hand first, left hand second, and the D tackle is going to break that. Bam. You can see how nice that looks right there by the defensive tackle. Really lifts those hands off of him, really forks this guy upwards, breaks the contact. And within that, Burford's just not able to anchor down. And you can see the quarterback's basically going to end up going down. Now, the quarterback ends up stepping up into it. The alternative wasn't really there. You know, you can see Aaron Banks kind of being turned a little bit there. You got a guy coming off the edge here. Someone was going to give up the sack regardless. And within this play, Spencer Burford ends up being the one. Not a massive deal. I don't think people understand this. The New York Giants defensive front is a very, very good defensive front. Dexter Lawrence is a top 5 to 7 defensive tackle. Leonard Williams has been known to be one of the better defensive tackles as well, although he's a little bit older now. And they put investments in their defensive ends as well, and Kayvon Thibodeau, who's a top 10 pick. Ojulari on the other side was a 2nd round pick. So the investments have been made. So you're going to give up a sack here or there to some of these guys. But overall, it was a very, very clean game by the offensive line. A lot of really, really nice reps. I want to just take a quick minute just to show you guys the other sacks as well. This one, Kayvon Thibodeau is basically going to just clean it up. The quarterback has enough time, right? And ultimately, Thibodeau really just tackles the quarterback. He doesn't actually win the rep. In fact, if you guys look at the fullback actually gets Thibodeau on the ground, right? So if the quarterback is not able to get the ball out, you got to throw it away, right? So this one here is not on any offensive lineman or fullback. This is on the quarterback. Overall, as I stated before, I think the San Francisco 49ers offensive line is a top 5 offensive line unit. Burford's clearly taking the next step. Aaron Banks is a top 5 to 7 left guard himself. Trent Williams is the best offensive lineman in the NFL. And really, the center and right tackle are great run blockers. They struggle at certain times with pass pro, but overall, they're very good offensive linemen as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. We're going to be doing 49ers content on this channel. The entirety of this season, we'll be watching some O-line content, and we'll definitely be getting into some of the defensive linemen, like Javon Hargrave and some of the other guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.